Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wes Gonzalez Jr. reporting to you live from Weazel News headquarters. Tonight, we got leads and more information to find on the story everybody's been asking about. The story about Sterling Moss's wrongful imprisonment. Sterling Moss was charged with 95 months. 95 months in which he served half. We've got information. We're going to hit the street and see what we can find out. We got a couple things on the tip line. Some things with Burger Shot. Possible rat infestation. We're going to see if we can get a hold of the managers. See if we can get a hold of some employees. We're going to get out there, put our feet to the ground, see what we can figure out about everything going on here in Los Santos. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we can get into. Wes Gonzalez Jr., Weazel News.
The apocalypse is coming. Will it be aliens, zombies, or a global financial meltdown? Whatever it is, you need to be prepared. Get your complete apocalypse kit at Ammunition. Contains foodstuffs and alcohol for 3 months. A massive array of armaments. Water purifier so you can drink your own urine. And cyanide pills so you can go out like a man. Don't dial 911, dial 357. Ammunition. Protecting your rights.
Knew about your situation. It appeared not many were aware, but those who were said it was ongoing investigation. Do you have any updates for us?
You know, the PD hasn't gotten back to me. I've reached out, but no word from them. So I was looking at taking things to the next step with DOJ. I got a lawyer, same lawyer that wasn't there when you guys were there, but we're gonna, I guess, move forward with the lawsuit. That's the path we have to take.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have any memory of your arrest, Sterling?
I do, yes. It was very traumatic.
Could you tell us a little bit about it on camera for the citizens of Los Santos?
Sure. So I was just driving up to Gravescene, just driving around, and I parked my car in a parking lot, and I was walking away, and all of a sudden I must have been knocked out or something, because I ended up, next thing I remember, I ended up in the mugshot room for Bolingbrook Penitentiary. And I was getting my mugshot taken, and I was getting manhandled around, thrown in and out of prison multiple times, and before I knew it, I was just in prison for 95 months. And I get in there, and I'm around a bunch of hoodlums, a bunch of shady characters and stuff, and you can imagine I was taken off guard by the whole situation. Didn't know what to do, so I started running around asking the inmates there, how the hell do I get out of here, because I'm not supposed to be here. And I think I met the person that they were originally intending to send there, and he was in for 95 months, which I don't think is a coincidence. I ran around Bolingbrook Penitentiary for probably 30 months trying to find my way out of there, talk to someone, anything, before I was actually taken out of prison. And I just gotta say, I felt very violated by the whole situation. And didn't feel fair, as I, was an innocent civilian just hanging out in the city, and I got put in prison wrongfully.
Honestly, sir, I can't say that I can blame you. And so what you're saying, sir, is that there's another citizen who had a similar identification as you and was in the institution for the same amount of months that you were charged for, and you were in there with him.
Correct. His identification number that day was 459, and mine was 495.
Ah, so it could have been a clerical error.
I'm sure it was, but the thing that bothers me the most out of the situation is that the officer who made that clerical error didn't take any steps to correct it. They just left me in prison to rot instead of owning up to their mistake and maybe even going up there and getting me out of there, because I couldn't get out of there myself, of course, So it just felt like, just felt a little bit wrong. I think they could have gone a little, when you make a mistake, I would expect, of all places, police, the police department to correct that mistake swiftly. But it looks like that whoever the officer was, who I don't know who that officer was, didn't want to own up to his mistake. and I was the one who had to pay the
So you-
price for it.
So you did the full 95.
No, I was in there for about 30 months.
Okay. Because a mistake, that's something you can handle with a little bit of whiteout, not prison time, right?
I would think so, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if that's a clerical error on their part only, it should have been easy to handle. And I don't understand why they're so apprehensive about admitting such a simple thing. We were just there, and it's an ongoing investigation. It's pretty cut and dry, but that's why we wanted to get your side of it, because they didn't want to tell us too much.
Interesting. Well, I wasn't out there looking for blood or anything. I just wanted them to make things right, and the sort of energy I'm feeling from them is that they want me to just forget about this and, for me to just go on with my life, which I plan on doing. But I think, there's a certain principle to things, and, that should be followed when possible. And I don't feel like they're following the right principle of the situation.
I agree with you. You're just a citizen asking for some proverbial whiteout, and they're giving you the finger, perhaps.
Yep, that's how it feels.
All right, Sterling Moss. We appreciate your time. Didn't mean to bother you.
No, not bother me at all. No, not me at all.
Thank you so much. Quest Gonzalez Jr., Weazel News.
Weazel News reporter Quest Gonzalez Jr. goes and interviews the police at MRPD once again. His previous trip had told him all officers were aware of the Sterling Moss case. Let's see what he finds today.
Moss came in with his lawyer, Alejandro Lopez. He apparently had been wrongfully imprisoned for 94 months. You haven't been told or heard anything about that?
No, sir, I have not.
Well, that's something we have footage in here in the lobby with the lawyer, an interview with the sergeant, the blonde-haired miss. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So that's a developing situation, and no officer has been able to come forward and admit to this wrongful imprisonment.
What did you say?
Do you have any comment?
Sorry.
Sterling Moss.
It's actively under investigation, and
Yeah,
we
I mean,
cannot
if
comment on pending investigations.
Yeah, if there's a lawyer involved and everything, it's
Yeah.
I mean, that's ongoing then.
Can I ask you what kind of training do you have for your officers that could be a foresight to prevent something like that?
I mean, we train our officers to a high standard, and they are held to a high standard. I mean, there's several things that could have went into play here, like was false imprisonment, and it might not even been false imprisonment at the end of the day.
True, that is very true. We don't know either way. And I guess that's why we want to interview everybody at hand. And I know we got Sterling's part when it happened right after he got out, and we haven't been able to talk to too many officers, so we've been wanting to do that. So I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. I mean, like we said, I mean, it is an ongoing investigation, so even if we did know something, we wouldn't be able to provide it. But once the court case is over, I'm sure it'll be public information.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Once again, my name is
Yes,
Quest
sir.
Gonzalez Jr.
Yes, sir.
I'm with Weazel News, and thank you for your time. And didn't want it to.
Quest Gonzalez Jr. quickly arrives to the end of a high-speed chase. He interviews one of the officers involved to see what led to it, and then asks him his opinions on the Sterling Moss case.
It is getting a little busy, but we are here doing our best job here. But citizen definitely gonna be safe. I don't want citizen to be worried at all.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
For this
that, sir.
incident right
And
here, bank robbery happened. Some of them got in the boat, flew away. Well, not flew away. I mean, boated away, I guess.
yes.
And then one of them was in the car. We were able only to cash one, but the other two are gone in the boat.
We appreciate your service here in the city, sir. I have one other question.
What's up?
Have you guys been told in your department of a wrongful imprisonment of one Sterling Moss?
I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
You're not aware of that. All right.
No.
Thank you, sir. That's
Sterling Moss. I have no idea.
there. You hear it first. Weazel News.
Have a good one.
Quest Gonzalez.
We thank you for joining our first newscast. Remember, if you see something, hit up one of the tip lines. As well, hopefully we'll get some more insight on the Sterling Moss case, where the police have told us that memos have been sent out to all officers and they should be aware of the situation, yet none of them seem to know who the man is. Weazel News, signing out.